welcome once again to In the Library with
Michele.
And I'm Adrian, and we're coming at you from the very end of July 2026.
Yeah, Saturday is going to be August 1st.
Yeah, well, tomorrow, the 31st, when this probably goes up, is Harry Potter's birthday.
It is.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Very exciting day. He's going to be 46 years old.
I will also be 40. No, I won't. I will not. I'm not even going to lie. Okay, so...
You want to start with a native plant of the week?
You know what? Let's change things up.
Sure.
What did you read this week?
Oh, I was just literally looking up my hoopla to make sure. I read Margaret Atwood's the Penelopead. So it's based on Penelope after Odysseus comes home and her take on things. So it was a very, very interesting book. I really liked it. So I read that. And one of our coworkers got me into the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon by Beth Brower. They're short. They're about 4 hours each, the journals. And I think there's about 12 of them. But it's a really good story. And it's basically reading her diary. So
what is notable about her diaries?
she's a woman in London, and, women are not being treated as equals, that's for sure. And she's battling with her cousin because she is taking over the household because she is the heir, and he was allowed to live in the house, and he's giving her a hard time. So it's all about her adventures and meeting people and, the high-class society of London. She's not high class, but she has a lot of friends and family who are. But it's very interesting. I like both of them. So I finished 3 books this week. Yeah, so 2 of the journals and then the one by Margaret Atwood, who also wrote The Handmaid's Tale.
That one I've read.
Yeah, that one's good. Really good.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you reading?
So
what have you read?
I got done with a Michael Crichton bender.
Ooh, I do like him.
I managed to, over the last week, I read Pirate Latitudes by Michael Crichton and Dragon Teeth by Michael Crichton and Next by Michael Crichton.
Oh my, you really did go on a bender there.
They're not the longest books, but I had a lot of time because my wife just had surgery and I was tending to her. And so it's like, well, I'm going to pick up a book between things I have to do. And, I managed to burn through 3 books real fast. It's pretty good.
I'm amazed you were able to read that much.
I know. I amaze myself sometimes. For those of you who are not aware, Michael Crichton focuses on, before he passed, he focused on integrating science into sort of suspenseful narratives, with the exception of Next, which is not suspenseful. But I guess the closest comparison is Andy Weir, I think.
Okay, I haven't started Project Hail Mary yet. I have it sitting. I have a very big stack of books to get through.
They both have a very similar style of integrating a lot of science into
which I know you love your science.
Although Pirate Latitude was a weird mix of history and fantasy versus science itself. There was a lot of history in it.
Well, I mean...
Dragon Teeth, too. Dragon Teeth was a lot of history.
I love history. I do love history. So maybe... I do like Crichton, though. I haven't read him in a long time.
Did you ever read Jurassic Park?
Oh, of course.
That one had a lot of science in it.
I read that one. Well, I listened to that one when I was driving a long distance. And I listened to that whole thing.
From a distance?
From a distance, yeah. That's when we actually had CD players in our cars. It was that long ago.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Do you remember when, in order to play a CD in your car, you'd have to have a CD player that you'd plug into the cassette deck?
Oh, I do. I do. Yes. My first car had an 8-track.
Oh.
She did. My Mustang. And then I got Well, my mom put it in. She put in a much better radio, but it had a cassette player, which was a really big deal. But then because it was a really nice radio, we also had this fake front that we would put on it when we went to like not so nice areas, so nobody would steal our radio. You used to take
the faceplate off your radio.
Yes, that's exactly what we did. I remember that.
So this is neither here nor there, but my sister-in-law, she has kind of an older car, but it has an Apple plug in it, but it's the old style Apple plug, and it's no longer compatible with her stuff. That's
my problem with Apple. Every new phone that came out, you had to have a new charger too. And of course, my kid had to have an Apple phone when she was younger. And she's almost 30 now. So, but yeah, that's the thing with Apple. They get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
So what plant are we talking about?
We are talking about partridge pea.
Is that what you give somebody on the 12th day of Christmas?
I knew you were going to come up with somewhere. Chamaraska. I don't know. Festiculata. That I got the second part right.
I think you made that up.
I kind of did. I kind of did.
So that was a partridge pea?
Partridge pea. It is a native annual plant. So I know. Normally before I do the podcast, I look up the Latin words and I listen to how to pronounce them several times.
Come Christa fasciculata?
I know I got the second word right. I just couldn't get it.
I'm pretty sure that's Come Christa.
Okay, if you say so. There's your Latin name that I totally butchered.
It looks like a yellow poppy to me.
It kind of does. It does have 5 petals. It's a yellow flower because it's in flower right now in my garden and the gardens up here, and it's looking just stunning. It's also sometimes referred to as a sensitive plant or a sensitivity plant. So if you touch the leaves, they close up. This one is not that super sensitive one where you just brush it and it closes up. But these do close up when it rains and it closes up at night. So it is a really cool plant. It does need full sun and well-drained soil, but it's a very good plant for drought, which we're not technically in a drought right now, but we could certainly use some more rain. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're doing really well, because they do like it drier. They get between 2 and 3 feet tall. They bloom from July through September or October, depending on the season. It is a legume, so it's from the legume family, so it does put nitrogen back into the soil. So I had the big idea this year. I grow a lot of sunflowers. Sunflowers really deplete the soil of nitrogen. And so I planted a bunch of these legumes around my sunflowers. And let me tell you, those sunflowers look a lot better than they typically do. So and I looked up companion planting, and yeah, they're really good companion plants. But anything from the legume family, so any kind of bean, will do the same thing. And it's a great, cool plant to add nitrogen back into your soil and maybe help out some of your plants that use a lot of nitrogen.
Do tomatoes use a lot of nitrogen?
Not as much. Not as much as, say, sunflowers do.
I'm just thinking, my tomatoes came ripe. They are roughly a third the size they should be.
A lot of people are having problems, because we've had a very strange season. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of diseases, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about in a little bit. One of the new diseases I discovered this year, unfortunately. But yeah, this has kind of been a very strange season for growing. Nothing is where it should be. And even my monarchs. We just got monarch caterpillars up front. Mm-hmm. They're about a month behind. So I feel like everything's kind of a little behind. So how do your tomatoes taste? Do they taste okay?
They taste fine. They're just very small.
So you may need, and one of the things is too, especially with tomatoes, is you don't want to plant them in the same spot every season because they do deplete the soil, and you do need to either replenish that soil or move them to a different section. I usually move them when I grow them. These leaves on this plant for partridge pea, they are the larval hosts, which means the caterpillars will eat the leaves. The little yellow, the sleepy orange, and the orange sulfur butterflies. So it is a host plant for them. So if you see some of your leaves chewed up, it could be some of those butterflies, those caterpillars that are chewing on your plants when you aren't seeing them. I will give you a word of warning. These are prolific seeders, okay? So when this plant...
No, cedar's a tree.
So when this plant, when the flowers dry out, it actually forms a pod. And the pod has about like 10 seeds in it. And it's kind of cool in the fall because it dries out. And then it starts to constrict and it pops open. And all of the little seeds go flying. So it's kind of cool to watch. It's like ping, 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 ping. However, that does mean that you could have these plants all over your yard. But they're a good plant. And if you mow them over, oh well, just make sure there's no bees on them. Great pollinator plant. A lot of the native bees love partridge pea because they put their little bodies in there. And some bees need to vibrate their whole bodies in order to pollinate or to collect pollen. And that's what I see all the time. And do you know, I have found bees sleeping in this in the mornings. I have read that older bees won't fly back to their homes sometimes to conserve energy. So they'll find a nice plant that they like and they sleep in. I have found them more than once in partridge pea, and just finding a little bee butt in the middle of a flower in the morning is just one of the funniest, coolest things. And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, little bee. So that's...
Give him a little blanket.
Yeah.
Let him get cozy.
Do you need a pillow in there? And with just about every native plant, the one other great thing about this is you don't need to fertilize this plant. Native plants, because they belong here, they don't need extra help. Occasionally, if we have, if you have really bad soil, perhaps that might help a little, but you don't need to do anything. You might want to throw some compost here and there, but you don't need synthetic fertilizers or organic ones at all either. But yes, the self-seeding could be an issue, but they are easy to pull out when they're little. As they get bigger, they do get tap roots that go down deep. What's nice though is if you have soil that's not so great, it helps break up that soil and gives more aeration and room for water to move through your soil. So if you have that problem, this could be a good one for it. So yeah, I do love this plant. It's in my garden. I planted a lot of them this year because I had so much fun with them last year, my first year. And they're everywhere in my garden, and they just look amazing. And one of the things, too, about sunflowers, as they grow taller, because some of mine are like 15 feet tall, the leaves on the bottom die. So they look really bare on the bottom. And when I grow these next to my sunflowers, they kind of hide that, and it blends in really nicely. So really good companion for sunflowers if you're growing those. So yeah, that's my plant of the week. They're looking great up here at the Monarch Way stations, and they're looking really good at my house as well. So yeah, good pollinator plant, and it's an annual. So this one does need to be planted every year. However, if you have them once, you're probably going to just keep having them because they'll self-seed. Does need cold stratification, just like most of our natives. So it does need a period of cold before it will germinate. So between 10 and 20 days, cold stratification. I may talk about that one day, how to cold stratify. I'll do that more in the wintertime.
You know what plant's doing really well at my house?
What?
Ragweed. It's doing fantastic.
Are you allergic?
I don't know if I'm allergic to something in this season, but it could be the ragweed, but they are coming up magnificently.
Now, so ragweed, if I'm not mistaken, is part of the Saldago family, I think. I'm trying to think now. Because we do have things that look like ragweed that are not. Ragweed. I have to look that up now. So, because it's bothering me now. Oh, it's in the aster family. Okay, it's an aster. All right.
Well, I know this one. It's spread by birds.
Yeah.
And we have bird feeders in our yard. And so the birds are bringing just all the ragweed with them.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I forgot to mention about partridge pea is that the seeds are really, really good for birds, and not just small birds. We're talking the turkeys and any other kind of larger bird that comes and forages, especially if you have fields by your house. They love these seeds. So I'm glad you mentioned that with the birds bringing stuff, but we can give them good stuff too.
Yeah. I'll just say yesterday I pulled easily 30 ragweeds up from the root just to get rid of them because I'm like, you're proliferating.
Yeah. Yeah. And ragweed can be really bad. I used to be really allergic where I had shots every week for 5 years because of ragweed when I was a kid, and it was not fun.
Well, if you want them, I can pull the rest of it
No,
from my
no,
yard
no,
and bring it in for you.
No. I think my body has finally developed an aversion to it where it doesn't at least freak out, which is good. I couldn't leave the house sometimes, and I used to live outside as a kid. I had horses, so I was outside constantly. But when my eyes swelled up so bad that I couldn't see, well, I couldn't go ride. So...
Well, you don't have to see. The horse has to see.
You want to be able to see on your horse, if at all possible. So yeah, great plant. Nice annual. We're going to have some seeds here in our plant library because, of course, I obsessively collect seeds in the fall. I just can't help it. So we'll be collecting those, and then we'll be putting them in our seed library so our listeners and patrons can try them out too. They're super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun.
You got anything else, or are we moving on?
We can move on to problems.
Problems? What's going on?
I have a problem with my milkweed, man.
Did it spoil?
No.
Did it go curdle and you have to make like milk cottage cheese?
It did start, well, it started to curl, not curdle, but close. So I've realized that my common milkweed, so that's the milkweed that gets really tall and will pop up everywhere that a lot of people just yank out because it can get out of control. In my yard, I've had it for years, and all of a sudden this year I noticed they looked a little funny. They were short, so they were stunted, and the leaves were curly, and they had a weird yellowish tinge to them. So I did some research. Well, it comes up. And it looks like it is milkweed yellow's phytoplasma. So that is...
You're just making that up.
I wish I was. But this is spread by leafhoppers. So a leafhopper will go in, chew on some infected milkweed because they poke holes into the leaves and they suck the sap out. And then they hop over to another plant, and when they go to do the same thing to another plant, they then transfer this bacteria. So it's not good because you can't save the plant. There's nothing you can do. You have to pull the whole thing out and then throw it in the trash. Don't put it in your compost pile because it can continue to spread if you have that. So this is a problem I've been having in my garden this year. And even though I keep pulling them out, they keep trying to grow back. So it's not been fun because I was counting on those milkweed. But I haven't needed so much because I haven't had caterpillars yet, which is crazy. We have caterpillars here, but we just got them here at the library. So I'm hoping my house is going to have an abundance soon. But I should have had caterpillars a month ago. So, like I said, this has been a very weird season. So I don't think you are alone with your tomatoes not growing well. There's a lot of strange things. And when I looked at the maps, it looks like we have a ton of wildfires all over our country.
Yeah.
And when they have to fly through those areas, obviously they can't get through. You know, they're unfortunately dying. They have to get diverted. So I think that's also one of the things that's happening right now. A lot of our natural disasters that are happening are really, really affecting our migration and also affecting the way we grow our foods. Yeah. So you are not alone. You are not alone in knowing that things are not right this year. I know. So this yellowing of the milkweed is not good. It is not good. I'm hoping that next year it won't be an issue, but now I know what to look out for. But I'd never seen it before. And got to pull it, destroy it, throw it away. No composting, unfortunately. But yeah, it is something that you can also look it up if you want more information at the USDA Agricultural Research Service website. And you can look up Photoplasma Resource Center. That will give you some more information if you think you might have that. But you can also use apps on your phone if you're not sure. If you think something's wrong with one of your plants or they're not growing properly, you can take pictures of it. You can also, there's another thing you can do. Did I ever tell you that you can actually call master gardeners from MSU and talk to them if you're having a problem in your garden? Did I ever tell you that?
You did not.
Yes, there is a phone number. I'll have to look it up for you. And I have it right here, as a matter of fact. So it's called the MSU Lawn and Garden Hotline, okay? Master gardeners every year have to do volunteer hours. So some people choose to be on the phones. And you can call 1-888-678-3464. This is a free service given by MSU, Michigan State University, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 9 and noon. There's also an email. You could also email them as well, because sometimes they're going to ask you for pictures. So if you're having problems with something, you can always give them a call. Yes, they're not there every single day, but I think we can all probably arrange our schedule if we want to talk to somebody about this for free, especially for free. So yeah, you can call MSU if you're really not sure what's going on in your garden, if you have a question, if you have a concern. So that's one resource that you can always reach out to.
Terrific.
Yeah. So that's my spiel on my problem in my garden this week, since I'm still not getting questions.
All right. You ready? Let's talk about what's going on at your local library.
Whoop, whoop. What do you got?
Well, why don't you start us off?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to talk about the Zeckelman Holocaust Center series, which has been a very, very popular series here at the library. The next one is going to be Monday, August 3rd, and this is at the Bedford Branch Library, right? I'm just double checking. I'm sorry. Yes, it was on the other side. So yes, this one is Women and the Holocaust, highlighting underrepresented histories. So from 6 to 7 p.m. in our community room. The Holocaust was not a gender-neutral genocide. Women experienced the Holocaust differently, and were targeted specifically as women. So that's what that discussion is going to be for this month, August 3rd. So that's coming up. That's next week, next Monday. Oh, you do need to register. You can call us, or you can register online.
Terrific. Up for me at the Bedford Branch Library, we have Tween Trekkers. This is a walking club for tweens and teens who love the great outdoors. The next one will be coming up on August 3rd, which has a nature scavenger hunt. If that sounds interesting to your teen or tween, please be sure to register online. This will be happening August 3rd from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m.
That is a very good one. That's a new program this year, and it's going really, really well. Kids seem to love it. All right. At the South Rockwood Branch Library on Wednesday, August 5th, 6 p.m., Michigan History Told in Shipwrecks. Shipwrecks are fascinating to diverse historians and anyone with an imagination that's been near the lakes on a stormy day. Different wrecks can tell stories of courage and heroism, but also of cowardice and greed. They can also be used as a way to see the changing nature of shipping on the Great Lakes and the evolution of Michigan from territory to frontier state to modern times. So this is registration is required for the South Rockwood Library Shipwrecks.
You know who didn't care for shipwrecks? Sailors and ship owners.
I was wondering where this was going. I was like, who? What obscure group is he going to pick today? You didn't pick an obscure
Sailors and
group.
ship owners. They don't care.
I thought you were going to say the Edmund Fitzgerald. That's what came to my head.
If you happen to be in the vicinity of the Bedford Branch Library coming up on August 13th, 2026, from 6 to 7:30 p.m., we'll be playing Musical Bingo, the 1970s edition. So dust off your bell bottoms and get ready to boogie. We're catching a disco fever as we travel back to the groovy 1970s. We're going to play a few rounds of musical bingo, brought to you by the Friends of the Bedford Branch Library. Please be sure to register online.
So I must tell you, I had a woman come in today, and she was like, I looked online and I saw that they're having musical bingo again. She goes, we loved it last time. And I go, oh, did you do it with Adrian? She goes, yeah, he's wonderful. So she signed herself up and 5 of her friends. So they're going to be a team. And they're very excited. They're all very excited. So I noticed that we have about 23 slots left. It's getting slim. So don't wait if you want to do this. Make sure you sign up, because if you don't, you might be put on the wait list. You might not be very happy. But yes, there was a patron this morning that was very excited you were doing this again.
I don't like that there's expectations now.
They just like you. That's okay. All right, my final one. I'm really excited for this because actually I get to host this. Our summer music series that's coming up. This next one is August 12th from 4 to 7:30. We are going to have the Bedford High School Marching Band. They're going to be our opening act. We get opening acts now. We're that big. So this is for all ages. Anybody can come. There's no registration, nothing. So bring a lawn chair or a large blanket to sit on and some cool beverages and enjoy a relaxed summer evening with friends and family. Special thanks to the Friends of the Library for sponsoring this. We also have our main performer, who is Patrick Caliguri. I know I'm saying that wrong, Patrick. I'm really sorry. But he is going to be here from 5:30 to 7:30. And then we are going to have a food truck as well. Loaded Gastro will be here. So come on down, visit me. Come hang out by the gazebo while we listen to cool music and chit-chat.
I believe it's pronounced Gabizo.
No, it's Gabizo. Nobody's out Gabizo. See what he does to me?
Last one from me. The Frenchtown Dixie Branch Library is pleased to present Astronaut Training for kids. This will be coming August 15th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Do you have what it takes to become an astronaut? We will have books, crafts, and training to get ready for space exploration. Do be sure to register online.
So they're not going to be levitating and trying anything out where they can spin in the air and stuff, huh?
I don't think so.
That would be really cool.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think they're as strict anymore, but aren't there like height requirements for astronauts?
I think so. But yeah, you also got to have a solid stomach.
Well, we'd certainly like to thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. Do be sure to like and subscribe and hit the ring bell for notifications. If you're watching on Spotify, do be sure to like the episode and like the page as a whole, because that helps us with the algorithm. And this has been In the Library with
Michele.
And I'm pretty sure I'm Adrian. Thanks for listening.